Hello. We learned the meaning of adjective in the previous video. In this video, we will learn about adjectives of quality. As we know, an adjective adds meaning to a noun. How does the adjective of quality fulfill this function? It does so by describing the noun and giving more information or a greater insight into the nature of the noun in the sentence. That is why it is also called a descriptive adjective. The use of adjectives makes speech or writing more impactful and interesting. So, when we talk about adjectives of quality, what do we really mean? First of all, we must understand that an adjective is describing a noun. That means a person, place, or thing. So, when we think about a person, maybe it's a person you know, or you have heard about, or read about. So, what is the kind of comment, or what is the idea that you have about that person? When you think about that person, when you meet the person, obviously, the first thing you will note is the appearance of that person, the personality. So, what do you do now? What kind of words do you use to describe a person? We have put a few words here. There are so many other words you can think of. For example, tall. So, we are talking about the height. When we see somebody, maybe the height registers in your mind. So, you say it's a tall person, whether it's a boy or a girl. Beautiful. This is another word which we can use to describe a person. Slim, or somebody is attractive, somebody is youthful, that means looks very young. So these are words which are used to describe a person. We can have so many more. So these are adjectives of quality with regard to a person from the point of view of appearance. Now, apart from appearance, every individual has certain personal qualities. So when you think about a person, maybe it's your friend, relative, anybody, you know what that person is like. So you describe that person from the point of view of qualities like honest, somebody is very talented, very creative, lively, full of fun, somebody who's shy. So like this, we have so many words which are used to describe a person. Now, why do we use these words? Because if you just say somebody is a boy, a girl, or you take the name, you don't know what kind of person he or she is. But when you use these adjectives, in a way, you're providing extra information about that person, and it sort of, makes your writing or speech very effective. Now, what about a place? Now, when you think about a place, it may be a city, a town, anything. Again, you have certain impressions about that place. Maybe some place is very clean. Maybe you go to a city and you say, oh, this is very clean city. So you have described it in just one word, clean. Colorful. Like you say, Jaipur is a pink city. Why? Maybe a lot of pink over there. Maybe the painting or whatever, the buildings. Big. You see something which is very big. A big playground, maybe. Modern. If you go to a city which is very developed and you have the modern buildings there, so instead of just saying there were many buildings, you see modern buildings. So immediately, the person can understand that the modern architecture, or you see some ancient buildings. So you understand the history behind it. Similarly, crowded places. So the word crowded, that one word tells you that lots of people in a small space. So these words actually describe the noun. It may be a person or it may be a place. Now, what about things? You just think about anything that you see, maybe a pen or you take a bag or whatever. So again, you have these terms like small, You have something new. She bought a new dress. So you have described the dress as a new dress. Expensive or cheap. Light. That means you're talking about the weight now. You're talking about softness, soft. You touch something and you feel it's a very soft, like a soft toy. So you have these words and so many more which will describe, which are used to describe things. So these words which are used to describe a noun, whether it is a person, a place, or a thing, they are called adjectives of quality because they highlight the quality of that particular noun. Now let us use adjectives of quality in sentences. Because we are describing nouns, the adjectives are usually, they come together with the noun so that you know what you're talking about, what is being described. See the first sentence. The blue sea stretched out before me. Now, very often when you go to the beach, you see an ocean or a sea, or even if you go near a river, the water, it reflects maybe the sky. So what do you see there? You see blue color and you say it's so beautiful, the blue sea. So by describing the sea in terms of color, you have added beauty to the whole sentence. So the blue sea, blue is the adjective. The huge elephant was a sight to behold. Now again the term huge. So now you're talking about the size of the elephant. So you can talk about color, you can talk about size, you can talk about height, anything. The texture, something is hard, something is soft. So any of these terms or any of these words will describe a noun. So the huge elephant was a sight to behold. So the elephant has been described. Huge. The round pot kept tilting to the side. So now we are talking about the shape. The pot. It is tilting to the side. Why? Because it is round. It is round bottomed. So that is why. So that term again, it reveals, the nature of the pot, the nature of the noun. He is a generous person. Now, this term generous, it tells you a personal quality. The quality of that person, very generous, charitable. It is a well-maintained park. Now, this is in relation to a place. You go to a park and you find everything was neat and clean and well-maintained. So, by using that term, you have described the park. You just say, I went to a park. Now, that's very bland. You don't know what kind of park it was, whether it was big or small, dirty or neat. But when you say it was a well-maintained park, at least you get the picture of the kind of park. Now, the happy child laughed heartily. Now, the child has been described. Happy child. Sometimes children are like that. They keep on laughing all the time. They're naughty and they enjoy life. So you to use the term happy. So that term again describes the child. So you get a picture. Actually they draw visual images before you. When you use the right adjective, you can, actually it's like a painter using the colors. You are using the words to add color to your writing or to your speech. So these are adjectives of quality. As the name indicates, you are bringing out the quality of the noun. So it comes with the noun and you can talk about people or places or things and bring out their essential quality. And that is why they are also called descriptive. Why? Because you're describing the noun. So I hope you have understood the concept of qualitative adjectives. Now take a quick test on TeachYaar.com to revise what you have learned. To take the test, scan the QR code with your mobile device or click on the link given below the video in the description section and comment section. Subscribe to the TeachYaar YouTube channel for notifications.